guys, so today I'm going to be filming a useless baby items video. So this is just a bunch of stuff that didn't work for me and my baby. Some of the items were from people saying, oh my gosh, you need these, or you know, it's just things that in my head before I had Elijah that I thought would be useful, and it turned out to be otherwise. So other than that, let's just go ahead and get started. So this isn't in any specific order. I'm just gonna kind of jump right into everything and I have it all next to me. So first item, let's go with the wipe warmer. So the idea is great and everything, and you know, ooh, warm wipes, you don't want to wake up the baby when they're first newborns with a really cold wipe. But I used this, I tried to use it because I really wanted it, and you put the wipes inside. I can open it. You put the wipes in here, and I usually put like a little bit of water at the bottom just so they stay moist, because it does get warm. And then you lock it and it turns green when it's plugged in, and you pull out the wipes just from the top like that. But you know, it's not practical. You can't take a wipe warmer with you everywhere. I did use it just because I had it, but then I eventually stopped. It was just so annoying having to get wipes out, put it in here, and when you ran out you had to go get another one, and you were rushing to change your baby anyway, so you would just take them out of the regular pack, and it didn't even bother my son. So this just save your money on. I mean, get something else, or you know, just keep your money because useless. I stopped using it after a good 2 months, 3 months. I only used it because I had it. So next item would be a bottle warmer, and I know some people use this. Some babies actually prefer warm bottles, but I breastfed for the majority of the time up until about 6 months, and so it was just kind of like naturally warm, I guess. Ew. But he didn't mind regular formula, like not warmed up. The only time I did really use this is when I saved pumped milk and it was in the refrigerator and I had to warm it up, but it did take forever. It might just be this specific one. It's just the Babies R Us brand, so it might be that took forever, but it's just not practical. I mean, if you're warming up a baby's bottle every time they give you give the baby a bottle at home, when you're out, what are you gonna do? They're not gonna drink milk because it's not warm, and it's not safe to put a bottle in the microwave to warm it up just because it's uneven. So yeah, I did use it just again on the occasion because I had it, but I don't deem it as necessary. So third item would be baby leggings. I have a good 10 pair of these. I think it was like one of those Facebook websites that, you know, you buy 5 get whatever free or anything like that. So I have a lot of these, and first of all, my son is a chunky kid. Like, his thighs are so big, and so these are so tight on him that when I do use them, they leave like a really tight ring on his leg. And I mean, I tried to like roll them down and stuff, and it just left the same thing under his knee. So I mean, maybe if your baby is longer and thinner, you might like these. The point of these is so that they don't have to wear pants when, you know, they're crawling around, or just to keep them warm, and you don't have to worry about pants for diaper changes, so you don't have to really struggle. You just take off the buttons on the onesie and change them, which in a sense is a good idea, but I just didn't get the use that I wanted to out of these, and so they're just sitting in the drawer. Maybe when he's a bit, I keep telling myself maybe when he's a bit older I'll use them, since he'll be thinning out a little bit and his legs will get longer, that I will use these. But at the same time, I'm like, if I'm gonna put pants on my kid, I'm gonna put pants on him, so not those. The next item is baby shoes. Now, I want to say baby shoes up until a certain point you don't need them. Now I do put shoes on my son because he's starting to use like jumpers and walkers and things like that, and he does need a little bit of a support. Now, my doctor did say the best way to teach them how to walk is without shoes, so they can feel like the textures and where, you know, things kind of are uneven, so he can learn to stay steady. So he does go barefoot, or at least with socks, very often. But I want to say shoes up until that point, to where, you know, your child is in a walker, your child is kind of crawling more, or they can stand up by themselves for a really long period of time. But anytime before that, baby shoes are not necessary. I mean, I have these little sandals. They're super cute, and they're, I mean, if you want to take them for pictures, like these little booty kind of things we got at Old Navy. They're super cute, and we did use them in one of Elijah's, I think, like 3-month picture. So in that sense, I did want them, and that was really the only reason, but they are kind of just a little waste of money, to be honest, at that young of an age, because one, they're not walking, two, they don't need support like this. And yeah, so I really would just suggest not spending money up until, you know, they can walk, or until you've seen, or until you think it's necessary for your baby. But when they're really, really little, it's more just a fashion thing. Next item is a baby bathrobe, and I do only have one, obviously, because it's a useless baby item. I think this was on my registry just because I thought it was super cute. It's like a little, I think, a raccoon, and it's a blue, and it has, of course, the little ties. But the only way I used this was as a towel. Like, I would lay this on my bed when Elijah would get out of the bath, and I would just lay him on this. I didn't put his arms in it, maybe, but like once, just for a picture, and that was it. I mean, the hooded part is good. I do put this on his head, but that's just the same thing as a hooded towel, so might as well buy one of those, or just, you know, a regular towel. I think this one was from Babies R Us, but again, like, you have a baby, they can pee or use the restroom at any time. So, you know, you don't really want your baby lounging around in a robe without a diaper on, or with any clothes, because after baths they do get no, because after baths you want them to be warm and not cold, and why not put clothes or a blanket on them, and they're not going to lounge around in a robe. So I would say skip these, just get some towels and put some clothes on. Next items I would say are receiving blankets, and I'm talking about like the all square ones that, oh come on, focus, that just like open up and they're long and square and really, really tiny. Of course, when they're first born, these are the ones that they give you in the hospital, and they are flannel, so they are warmer for them in the hospital. But other than that, guys, I use them for, like, when Elijah would have a diaper rash, I'd leave him on the floor with one of these just in case he used the restroom, and I didn't care if I got these dirty, or he got sick one time and threw up, and I grabbed one of these because it was bigger than a burp cloth. So I guess I want to say that they're useless for the reason that they are made for, because swaddling blankets, and again, my son is big, so I'm thinking like from that perspective, so these didn't really fit him as blankets. So I use these as like padding in his pack and play, or for messes or things like that, just because I have so many of them. But as for actual blankets, I didn't use these too often, more than really just like the first month of his life. As for blankets, and from then on, I just used it for those reasons that I said. So save your money on these. I wouldn't register for too many, or, you know, buy too many, because you really, what I like using are like the big muslin blankets, like the Aiden and I brand, or things like that. Modern Burlap is a good one too. They're more of an Instagram shop, and I'll link them down below. But yeah, I would say save your money on these. Have a few on hand, just again, like I said, they're useful in other aspects, but not really as a swaddle blanket or to keep them warm. Next item, I would say definitely baby powder. This is of course just the Johnson's baby powder. I have, you guys, a full drawer of just baby powder that I've used like maybe once just because I had it, and I was thinking like, new mom, oh, they make baby powder for a reason, you know, let me use it. But it's not necessary, and I think I've even seen somewhere, I'm not gonna go in like too information because I don't know all the details, but I'm pretty sure I've seen somewhere that you're not even supposed to use this on babies anymore, that it's not recommended. And it says, let's see, provides long-lasting freshness and keeps skin babies keeps skin babies soft. It says pure cornstarch, but I mean, honestly, it literally says keep out of reach of children. Like, if you put this on your baby, the powder is gonna go up, and they're gonna inhale it, which doesn't seem safe in the first place. And I didn't notice a difference using this when he had a diaper rash or anything. So save your money on this. You're probably gonna get some at your baby shower, just because, like in those big baskets, you know, they come in stuff like that. But don't buy this on your own, because again, it's not necessary to. I really don't think you're supposed to use this on your baby as recommended anymore. Lastly, I don't have a picture of it because it is a big item, but it's a pack and play with all of the extras. Now, I will say I do use the pack and play. That's what Elijah sleeps in. I leave him in that to play now, and so just the basic pack and play by itself is awesome, perfect. But they sell pack and plays with like the little mini bassinet kind of thing on top for them to sleep in, and I think like the little cover. It's like a bassinet and a changing table and a little, I don't know, umbrella thing. I don't know what they're called. And I don't think those are necessary. I didn't use them. I mean, I have a changing table attached to his crib right behind me, so I change him right here. Sorry. I change him right here, and even if you don't have a changing table, you can literally change him on your bed, on the floor, anywhere. I just didn't see that as practical unless, you know, you did want a specific place to change him. I don't know, but I say him or her, you know, whatever baby you have. But I don't find that necessary, and just tax on money to a pack and play that you don't need. Most pack and plays come with a level on top and then the lower level on bottom that you take out this top layer when they can start sitting up or pulling themselves or they're moving a lot, just so that obviously they don't fall out. So you can take that part out and then let them sleep or play in the very bottom of it. Other than that, you don't need the changing table or the bassinet because it's not practical or safe, in my opinion, to have them sleep in the little bassinet on the top that it comes with. I personally did buy one with all that stuff just because, you know, I didn't know, but I really did not use those. I don't even know where they're at anymore. I think they're stuffed in a closet somewhere. I have the little umbrella thing on top of it just because it has these two little bears hanging down from it. I have the Eddie Bauer one, and I'll show you a picture. But the only reason I still have that on there is because when he's playing, he likes to pull on them and stand up with those. But other than that, not necessary. Buy yourself a regular pack and play that has the top level for when they're baby, and then when they grow up, you can take that out and then have them just on the bottom. And that's really all you'll need. Alright guys, that's everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And little disclaimer, I'm not saying that any of these items, if you do use them and they are working for you, great, perfect, use them. But I'm just saying these are the items that didn't work for me and my baby, and I found that I didn't use as much as other items that I love way more. So again, if you like any of these, perfect. And leave me some comments down below to say why you do use some of these, and maybe I can find a new purpose for a few of these. I mean, I can't put these on my child anymore because this foot's too big, but you know, the flannel blankets or things like that. Let me know what you use some of this stuff for, or you can leave me comments talking about any more useless baby items that you found that just didn't work for you guys. And of course, as always, don't forget to give a big thumbs up to my video and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I am so grateful for your support. I can't believe 100 of you guys literally just sit there and watch my YouTube videos along with like all of these other people I know you guys watch. So it really means a lot to me that you felt the need to subscribe, and I'm so happy that you did. And I can't wait to put out more videos for you guys and better content. So like I said, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!